Welcome back. Well, President Trump is directing his administration to ramp up strikes on suspected drug boats, hitting nearly a dozen so far by using an unprecedented amount of military firepower. It was part of Trump's pledge to crack down on the flow of drugs into the U.S., especially fentanyl. But now cartels are adapting to make the drugs less deadly and to smuggle it in other ways. Many times it crosses the border undetected. Well, NewsNation's Allie Bradley has more on this story. She's joining us live from Del Rio, Texas today. And Allie, what are some of these other methods, these ways that cartels are moving fentanyl across the border now?
Yeah, hey, Natasha. So we know the Trump administration is cracking down on these criminal drug cartels for moving fentanyl into the United States. And experts on narco-terrorism that we've talked to say the cartel was actually taking too much heat for fentanyl deaths. So they've pivoted. And it's going to be even harder to spot the drug coming in because it's either coming in on the backs of more common drugs like cocaine, or it's being used to lace the drug so it can get into the hands of their clients without killing them.
Somebody figured out we can mix fentanyl with cocaine and reduce the numbers of deaths so we can continue to be in business. So cocaine is the vehicle used to ingest fentanyl. So you need hundreds and thousands of tons of cocaine so that they can lace it with fentanyl.
Okay, so China continues to be the leader in moving fentanyl precursor chemicals, but Commander Romero says that drugs are being transported by planes being sent to and from Mexico. The cartels would then send the planes to Venezuela, pick up cocaine because it's a narco state. That cocaine load would then come back to Central America and Mexico by air or by boat, but some cocaine and fentanyl are being stopped at our southern border. Trump continues to put pressure on our neighbors to the south who are doing a victory lap of sorts on a joint effort to disrupt the drug from entering the country. This one was called Operation Northern Border out of Mexico. It was launched in February and yielded the seizure of nearly 236,000 pounds of drugs. Over 1,000 pounds of that was fentanyl. Experts we have spoken to say the cartel is a business. It operates as a business with a 10 to 12% profit and loss margin. So they believe 10,000 pounds made it through the holes of the border that have historically existed as drugs have always moved across. Back here in the U.S., though, Nogales, Arizona specifically, it has historically been a leader in fentanyl seizures, rivaling San Diego. In September, 1 million pills were nabbed there at one port in just 1 month. Numbers there are down substantially, though, when compared to this time last year, actually down by more than a half, according to our sources. Now, in conversations with subject matter experts, including Commander Romero, we have been told that over the last 4 years that the border was essentially open under the previous administration, agents were inundated with transporting and processing thousands of people daily. So we are told that drugs during that time, a lot of precursor chemicals to make fentanyl were coming across that border undetected. The cartels, they're present in all 50 states, according to the DEA. They were able to make the drug in the interior of the U.S. without having to even cross the border. They are then lacing cocaine or other drugs like meth with fentanyl, so the user has a better chance of surviving the dosage. Romero says he knows this is happening in several states, including Florida. This, as hundreds of pounds of cocaine are being seized across the U.S.-Mexico border. Check out this bus in San Diego, where CBP says Border Patrol agents nabbed more than 107 pounds of cocaine, which means it did make it past a port of entry, and it came through a hole at the border. Now, we reached out to Florida. Florida is aware of their fentanyl issue. They actually created a program called SAFE that actually goes up against fentanyl and the drug distributors and really tries to crack down on the distribution of that drug. Just last month, multiple suspects were actually arrested that were part of a drug trafficking ring that were connected to the Mexican cartels in Florida. Natasha.
Allie Bradley tracking all of that for us in Del Rio, Texas today. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.